Okay. Do we want to talk about fighting?
Yeah. Yeah, we
Okay.
can talk about
Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
You go first.
Okay. So we both kind of have fight news.
Yeah.
I got called by my manager
Yep.
day before yesterday.
I believe so.
And I got offered a fight.
Yeah. Hey, welcome. We're live. Welcome to another exuberant, informative episode of A Kickass Love Story. I'm your host, Austin Vanderford, my co-host, Paige Vanderford, and our puppy, Dennis. We saw Drake's penis yesterday.
Oh my God.
You said you wanted me to kick us off. Did we not see his penis on Twitter yesterday?
We definitely saw Drake's penis yesterday.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the trending thing right now.
You're going to have to try to top that intro every time now.
Yeah, I can though.
That was gorgeous.
Exuberant and informative. This is the information part. Drake's penis.
So nervous about your intro. I don't know if I should be happy or sad.
Yeah.
Do we talk about Drake's penis now?
I don't know that we need to go.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know that we need to go that big into it.
It's a big topic. So,
oh wait, one more thing. Welcome to our new viewers from OnlyFans. We are now
on
streaming on OnlyFans.
OFTV. So
yeah.
Welcome to everybody listening on OnlyFans. You got a little bit more than you were asking. Well, maybe exactly what you were asking for. Talking about Drake's penis.
Yeah.
Maybe they're happy about it. Okay, but you know how the Drake's penis even came up?
No, I don't because
I do because you're playing
okay.
Call of Duty. You and your buddies on Call of Duty like to say the most sexual, crazy things.
Oh, yes.
And then one of your friends, and all of a sudden, like, because you would just have your headset on, you're like, Drake's penis. I'm like,
oh yeah, one of my buddies was like, oh yeah, I thought my penis had gotten leaked online or something, and I found out. Yeah,
it was okay.
Drake's
really interesting angle. I will say, like, if I had any criticism or like a critique for Drake on his,
please step lightly here. Watch what you're saying.
Okay, I will say the videos you've sent me definitely turn me on a lot more. You get much better angles. I think Drake could take some pointers from you in the filming angles. It was pretty close to looking straight in the eye.
He's working with a unit.
But I had to look straight into his eye.
As a straight man, I can say that. He's working with a unit.
Yes. Very. Congratulations, Drake, on a very...
Dude has got it just made.
What? Because he's got a big penis?
Well, I was talking more about his accomplishments. But then that to boot. Yeah, the guy's got it
Packing
made.
a dong.
The guy's got it made.
Okay, can we... talk about though Drake the last time his like penis was trending or at least his like sex life was a girl was trying to sue him because I guess like a lot of celebrities I guess this is just men they take the condom with them. Not only does he like of course, he could have just taken his condom or flushed it down the toilet or something.
Yeah.
But I guess Drake, when he's done making love to a woman, he poured hot sauce in the condom. Hot sauce. So it would kill the sperm and then threw it away. Well, the girl did what he was afraid of and tried to impregnate herself with the condom. His little swimmers in the condom, tried to impregnate himself, put hot sauce in her vagina.
Genius. So funny.
Why would you not just flush it?
I've thought about this.
Okay.
We've
now that you're a celebrity, you've thought about this?
No, but we've talked about this.
Okay.
And before, yes, that was my thought too. Like, just flush it. Why wouldn't you just flush it? But now it all makes sense to me. Yeah, of course, you could just flush it. Mm-hmm. Or you could put this hot sauce in there and punish whoever is trying to sneakily do something to you. So it is very I think it's awesome.
But that's where Drake would lose a lawsuit because it's premeditated. When you knowingly, it's so then I saw
There's
this.
There's got to be something protecting him, though.
No, because I also saw like it was this bike. It was like a trap bike that was unlocked. And I saw this on Instagram. And there's these lawyers that will react like, ooh, who's in the wrong? Or who's liable for the injury.
Yeah.
Well, they like set up a trap. They had a bike unchained.
Okay.
And they had a camera watching the bike because they knew someone would try to steal it.
Yeah.
Well, it was a false seat. So when you sat on it, the seat went down and a pipe went up your ass.
Oh.
And of course, it's like going to tear people's buttholes. Oh. Like it's going to cause serious damage because it was a trap set up for thieves. It was premeditated.
Yeah.
And the person who set the trap is liable.
Yeah.
Because because you're intentionally knowing that you're doing something with the intention of hurting somebody.
Yeah.
And the risk is on you.
Yeah, I guess that would be, I mean, maybe, yeah, this would be around the same lines as, I got my table here.
Yeah.
And I just put like $100 bill there. But little does the thief know the $100 bill is connected to a string that's connected to a pulley that's connected to a guillotine. So as soon as he goes to pull that $100, his head gets chopped off. I guess I would probably be the one getting in trouble.
This got really dark.
Yeah. So
this got dark.
Yeah, okay. So note to self, don't well, I don't know why I would be in that situation anyway.
With what? The bicycle,
Don't
the
put hot
$100
sauce in.
guillotine, or the hot sauce condom?
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, no traps, entrapments.
If I come here and suddenly can't sit down, you'll know why.
Oh boy, yeah.
Because I tried to impregnate myself with your hot sauce condom.
Yeah, gosh. So we had that, and then unfortunately, in a lot less funny and sad news, R.I.P. Toby Keith.
Oh my gosh,
True
that
American.
was a heartbreak to wake up to. True American hero. Obviously, what we grew up on, listening to Toby Keith. He did a lot for country music, for our whole generation growing up.
Yeah. Toby Keith's got some of my favorite, most favorite country songs.
You know what's funny is when I go running, my favorite song to run to is "Should Have Been a Cowboy."
Should have been a cowboy.
Maybe in his honor, I'll go get "Should Have Been a Cowboy" tattooed on my arm.
Yeah, it's cool.
Should have been.
Yeah,
I'd be riding shotgun.
Yeah, I did do some rodeoing when I was a kid. I don't know that have we talked about this?
Yes.
On the podcast?
Not on the podcast.
Okay, yeah. I did.
Riding a sheep does not count as rodeo.
A sheep. No. And for one, I never rode a sheep. For two, what I did ride to practice is our neighbor had these wild pigs, like these crazy pigs. And so I would like ride around on a pig. And one of the days, the pig actually like bucked me off, or I don't even know if it'd be bucking off. I mean, I was young. I was like 7 years old. My dad was getting me into this rodeoing, and I had got sand in my eye, and I couldn't get this sand. I still remember this, like trying to get this sand out of my. Anyways, fast forward, I started competing in the Peninsula State Fair. It was steer riding, so calves. Yeah.
No, I do remember, but the piece of the story that I feel like you're probably going to intentionally leave out.
No, I'm getting there, and I know where you're going.
Take it away, baby.
I believe, and I'm going into these, not training, practicing or whatever. There's like a $200 prize to win. So I would go and do it. And, I was competing against like 4-H kids and kids who actually, like did this, and I just would go and jump on. Hi, Dennis. So anyways, I'd won like 3 years in a row. The end of my rodeoing career was my sister was to an age where she was like, yeah, I'm going to do this too. Yeah. And
she smoked your ass.
And she beat me. And it's still bullshit because I won. Here's the thing. is they were tired of me winning every year. They gave it to her because they claimed she had better form than me. So
I bet she did have better form than us.
Yeah.
Or well, not us. I get it. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I was going back into when she beat us at swimming.
Swimming across the lake.
She beat us at swimming.
Yeah. This was not that long ago too. This was 3 years.
The swimming was 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
the swimming 3 years.
Steer riding was a lot longer.
Yeah, we did a in our hometown in Ninilchik. We've got our friends have like a little. We would probably consider it a pond here, but there we think of it as a lake. As a lake. Yeah, and I don't know how.
I feel like we talked about this on the podcast, but like 3 years ago, we all tried to swim across the lake.
Yeah.
We're both not in fight shape, but we're training
pretty good
regularly.
Shape, yeah.
Your sister had just had a baby.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, we'll just race and swim across this lake. It was pretty far.
It was far. Yeah.
I would say we swam at least a half a mile.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. Yeah. Because we went there and back.
And yeah, she smoked us.
Beat our asses.
She smoked us.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to talk about fighting?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
We can talk about it.
Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
You go first.
Okay. So we both kind of have fight news.
Yeah.
I got called by my manager.
Yep.
Day before yesterday?
I believe so.
And I got offered a fight.
Yeah.
A boxing match. And I took it.
Yes.
Yay! Yeah. So don't know if I can give all the details. I haven't signed the contract yet. And of course, as soon as we can talk about all the details, it'll be here on the podcast.
Yep.
I accepted the fight. It was initially the date they offered to me was March 23rd.
Yeah.
Which was like, perfect. Hell yeah. I'll get one more fight in before I turn 30 because I turned 30 March 26th.
Yep.
And, so I told my manager, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll get back into boxing. And I was just really excited. The opportunity was really cool. So it was like perfect 8-week camp. I don't have that long to stress or overthink or anything like that. So I was like, that's perfect. So, turns out it's not going to be March 23rd. After I accepted it, they were like, okay, you know what? We're going to actually move it to, I think June. No, May.
May or June.
I think
we heard both dates.
I heard both dates, but so once I have the full information, we'll be able to release it on the podcast, of course. But accepted a boxing match. That'll be my next fight.
Yeah.
It's really, really exciting.
Gloves on for everyone.
Gloves on. Yep. This is straight boxing.
Yep.
I did think my next fight would be a bare knuckle boxing match.
Yeah.
But this opportunity came forward, and I was just like, yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
So, took a fight.
Yep. We're excited.
We're really excited.
Yeah, and then I guess this is the best place for me to talk about it. On mine, of course, everyone knows the purchase of Bellator and PFL or the merger or whatever. And so I have one fight left on my contract through Bellator and all that. So,
and obviously we've been a little bit stressed out because one, the buyout took a really long time.
Yes.
There's just been a lot of questions that were unanswered, a lot up in the air. It was just kind of like feeling left in the dark for a really long time.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and also too, I've been anxious to fight. I've been training hard and you know, really feel like I'm to a point right now, like in the past couple years, I haven't really felt as good as I have. I battled some injuries, tore my bicep, had, you know, a couple hand surgeries, tore my knee and stuff. So struggled a little bit with injuries and stuff. And now I finally feel like healthy. I've been able to really like amp up my training and I feel good mentally too. So I've been really anxious to fight. And of course, through this whole thing, it's, you know, no one really knows a whole lot and all this. Well, I was given the opportunity to explore other options and stuff. And I think mutually, you know, we agreed that I was going to move on from Bellator and do that. And, you know, and so I was very thankful for everything, you know, my time fighting in Bellator and fought for a world title and got to go travel to some amazing places and all that. But I think it was time for me to, you know, get a good restart or refresh. And, you know, I'm relatively young as far as like a fighter in my career. You know, I haven't been fighting for all that long. So it was good. And, you know, I've kind of, when I set out to fight, I always viewed the UFC is like the number one spot, and we'd always gone back and forth, and now I'm to the point where it's like, man, I really would like the opportunity to go fight in the UFC. And so, I'm in a spot now where I can kind of pick and choose, and I'm really gonna set forth and try to accomplish that goal and get to the UFC. However, I have to do it, take some fights here and there, but I want to fight in March. We also have the possible opportunity of me getting on the card with you in May, which, I think we'll probably do for sure. So I guess the only other thing is maybe try to get one in between there. And, before I had signed with Bellator, and, I had fought 4 or 5 times a year and stuff. So it'd be nice to get back to that point. And
it'd be nice for you to be able to be more active, because yes, you've had injuries, but the majority of them happen in fights, and you're pretty much ready to go right away.
Yeah.
And just, there wasn't enough opportunity for you to be as active as you would have liked to.
Yeah.
So although, it's exciting. I'm excited for the PFL and for Bellator and the whole buyout situation. There's going to be a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Yeah.
I think when they gave us the opportunity to have you, move on and let you be released, I think it was almost like a breath of fresh air. It was like, all right, like, let's go kind of, because as your wife, I know that your dream has been to fight for the UFC. It's got to be hard for fighters who don't get that opportunity. You do see the UFC as like the NFL. Yeah. And I was lucky I got to sign with them at such a young age. I want you to be able to live out that dream. Yeah. I want you to feel like you've made it to the mecca of fighting. Yeah. And I know you're good enough. And, coming off of, you've had 2 losses in in Bellator, and one was to the champion. Yeah. So in a title fight. Yeah. And then one was to an extremely talented fighter who's running through absolutely everybody. Yeah. So it's not like beyond that, you've beaten people who fought for the world title. You've had a lot of really, really tough opponents, especially like Fabian Edwards. Yeah. Like the way you were able to beat him for 3 rounds straight. And I'm excited. I know that it's not going to be a direct path to the UFC. Yeah. We're going to go have you take a few fights, but now you get to be as active as you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's fun and it's motivating, and it definitely is, I'll go back to saying the same thing. It's a motivator and something that, I just kind of look forward to. And, of course the dream and the hope is to get signed in the UFC, but I've also, it's not the end all be all for me either. It'd be a great opportunity, and I'd be very thankful for it to happen. But at the same time, like, I'm going to be happy to go out and fight and just make some money and and maybe take some fun fights, take
fun fights. And that's kind of when I got the opportunity to accept that boxing match. Yeah. We were like, hey, like, this is the perfect opportunity for us to be on the same card, because that's been our dream, like, entire fighting career. Like, I know it's going to be stressful, and I know it's going to be like a high tension moment for us to put ourselves in. Yeah. But the thought of us fighting on the same card just seems so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And us doing it on like a boxing card, for whatever reason, I just feel like we'll be so excited to be doing something new. Yeah. To be doing a new opportunity for a really badass promotion. It's just like, it'll just be so exciting. Yeah, for sure. I'm really hoping that it happens. I'm like keeping my fingers crossed that, because of course we pitched the idea to our manager and we haven't heard back because all the details are still getting,
Well, we heard some back, but haven't heard back final.
The final verdict or anything. But, going back to like, I had such an amazing experience with the UFC, but towards the end of my career, I felt like I just needed a change. Like, I needed a change of scenery. I needed a different view, a different goal. And so I think it's really exciting for you, because you have been signed to Bellator for such a long time. Yep. To have like something else to be excited for. It's just like a new chapter. Yeah. It's like, turning the page on a book.
Yeah. So a lot of good stuff.
Good stuff. But now knowing that we both potentially have fights coming up, me more, I would say, locked in. Yeah. But you now that you have,
I mean, I'm in a position now where
you can fight for anybody.
Yeah, I fight in 2 weeks, go fight somewhere or something, Yeah. And
so promotions out there, Austin's ready.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm not saying you'll fight for free, but you'll pretty much fight for free.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's always, we're blessed and fortunate enough, and obviously a lot thanks to you and everything, that I can go out and just fight and do it for the love of it and for what I enjoy to do. So it's exciting.
It takes one piece of the puzzle out for us. I think we're just fortunate enough that we don't have to have that stress on our plates when it comes to like negotiating fights for you and stuff. So kind of exciting. But now that we both potentially have that matchup, I would say I do assume you're going to fight before I do. How does your preparation change and my preparation change going into, I guess a season of change? So like for me, I've put together my entire boxing schedule. I'll be working at American Top Team with Gabriel and Ivan. And then I have my conditioning gym Level Up. It'll be where I do conditioning. Luckily, I've been running a lot, so my weight's already down. That's kind of one factor that I don't necessarily, of course I still have to cut like 20 pounds, but that's pretty normal. It's not a lot of weight for me. I guess it's pretty normal. So just kind of like, I'm going to focus on, now I'm going to diet down. I would like to only cut 10 pounds of water. So I'd like to be walking at like 135 and then cut the last 10. And then, just get dialed in. I guess I'm really excited. I don't know.
Which, definitely you have. I mean, we've talked about in prior episodes, the changes you've made. I know this is going to be the strongest I've ever been. Yes, definitely. Sure. I told you yesterday, because we had strength and conditioning yesterday morning, and it was a leg day, and admittedly, I have always watched you do squats and have feared that you were going to blow your ACL out.
Why wouldn't you correct me?
Well, I kind of like hinted, and this is funny because this kind of goes into what I also wanted to bring up, like relationship wise, but I kind of hinted a little bit like, hey, maybe you should do your squats like this or whatever. But you've just fixed it yourself, and now
not myself. We've been going to this gym. It's called Level Up. Here in Florida. It's in Boca. Just by working with the coaches, they have such good coaches. I love doing like the measurable lifts. Like I was asked about this yesterday. Deadlifts, and Dennis looks so cute. You guys are just
sleeping. He's
holding hands. Okay. Sorry, Dennis and Austin look so cute right now. Okay. I love doing like measurable lifts because now I can truly see my progress of how I'm getting like stronger. And I film them. I can correct my form. I'm super like I'm a visual learner. So if I can watch somebody do it, I can typically do it. And then especially if I watch my form and I can see, okay, that's where I'm not doing things correctly, I can correct it. But like even like the measurable lifts, we were doing back squat yesterday, and like 3 months ago I couldn't rep 165 at all, or I couldn't even put 165 for a back squat. And then now I was repping 165. So it's like cool just to see my progress and how quickly I am progressing. And I guess my form's getting better.
No, definitely. So you're going to be stronger. This leads me into what I was going to get at. And this is just completely out of left field. So you won't be ready.
Drake's dick was out of left field too.
It was. So gosh damn it, I wish you wouldn't have brought that up again, but I'm kidding. Okay, something that I had read, it was actually, I think it was this morning. I was doing my red light and I was just scrolling, and I'd read something, and it was actually somebody else's New Year's resolutions, and I thought it was kind of cool and like applicable to a couple. But it was, this person wanted to learn how to not take things so personally. And I think like for a relationship and stuff, that's a really important thing, that or an important dynamic to get better at and stuff, to help create like a stronger relationship with one another. So where it was, when I correcting your squat form, not taking it so personally that, hey, don't drop down so fast, you're going to blow your fucking ACL out, And we don't even have to go that much in depth on it, but I just thought it was a cool thing. We critique one another, and learning how to not like take the criticism so personally, and because I know I do shit that probably annoys you or drives you crazy, and instead of me taking it personally, trying to understand like, okay, I like doing what I'm doing and all this, but it bothers you, and I need to learn how to come into that like ground where, you know what I'm saying, like
No.
yeah.
Wait, okay, so what am I supposed to do to take criticism better? Is it like a lesson?
Yeah. Well, no, I think you do. Like
Okay.
that's kind of what I was getting at with the squats. Like, I tell you like, hey, you should fix your squat form, and instead of thinking like you're, that you know everything about it, like taking my
I'm getting better at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, and I'm not saying you ever were. I just think like in a relationship, it's important to.
No, I think you're being nice. I definitely wasn't good at taking your criticism in the past.
Okay. Yeah.
I would get pissed off when you would try to like critique me or coach me, because I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But now I am very good, and I think that's something that I just have matured a lot.
Yeah.
In life, I guess. Obviously, I've gotten older. Everybody does. But when people are coaching me, I realize that anytime someone's like critiquing you, or giving you advice, it's because they care about you. Yeah,
and so not taking it personally as like a personal attack, but rather taking that like critique and like, okay, this person's telling me this because they want me to be better, and they want me to. And I think there's a lot of that in like relationships and stuff. And so that's kind of what I'm getting at, There
is that in all relationships. I think like a true spouse, a true friend, someone who loves you unconditionally only wants the best for you and wants you to succeed.
Yeah.
So if they're like constantly just being a yes person and blowing basically like smoke up your ass, then they're not actually a good person in your life.
Yeah.
You should actually listen to the people who value, and give you advice.
Yeah.
When you don't want me to blow my knees out.
And you know what? And this also goes right in. And I'm not going to air this one out, but this goes into last night. I had asked you about something. You were unsure about the answer, but then you came to me again once I asked again, and you did give me the true answer. And I had given you my reason why I didn't think that it was right. And yes, instead of taking it too personally and like getting upset, you genuinely
really mature.
You were, and it was, and honestly, it was like something that I hadn't, not that I had never seen that from you, but it was something that I can like look at and think like, damn, you have really matured and grown, like to, you know what I mean?
Basically, I'm a piece of shit.
No, not at all. Like,
my husband corrected something naughty that I was doing, and I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, but you didn't take it personally, and it is all that I'm getting at. And
No, I did not.
Yeah. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting. It was just kind of on my mind, and
I'm so mature.
You really are. Yeah.
But this plays into relationships that we have, friendships that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's just like, you know what? Sometimes people just want the best for you and want to guide you and point you in the right direction. And
it's not just to tear you down and make you feel shitty about yourself.
It's because they genuinely want to see you not hurt yourself.
Absolutely. Right? Yes. Yeah. They don't want to see you blow out your ACL.
I do not want to blow out my ACL, so thank you. And
or blow out something else.
My squat form has gotten better.
Yeah.
My knees are great.
Yes. Great knees.
Deadlifting a lot more. We're talking about fight stuff.
Okay.
So I am taking a fight. You're going to take a fight. We're both fighting.
Yeah.
Kick-ass love story.
Yeah.
This is great. This is like our freaking hype up. I guess our lives are going to change a little bit. I mean, not really. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so this is so funny. So shout out OnlyFans, but I'm going to be a part of an OnlyFans TV series. It's like OFTV. They have their own series, and they're going to come out here and I'm doing something super fun with the host. I forget what the show is called, and I'm really sorry. But I did like the pre-interview, so they kind of like got an idea of what we should be doing, what we should be talking about, just to show off our lives. And the guy's like, so what are your hobbies? I was like, huh.
And I'm sitting right there and I'm listening.
Like dead silent. I'm like, he's like, what do you like to do for fun? And I like mute the phone. And I'm like, babe, what do I do for fun?
No. You didn't mute the phone. You texted me first. You texted me, hey, what are my hobbies? And so I'm sitting right there like writing out everything.
Let me read what you wrote. Okay. Yeah. But from your end of the phone, what did you hear? Because I panicked.
Oh, she like, yeah, which is really, really rare. Like, something that I've always got from Paige from the very beginning of our relationship is she's so good at speaking and doing interviews, and even if she doesn't even know what she's talking about, she'll kind of convince you that she does know what she's talking about.
I'm pretty good at spinning. But this wasn't a pre-recorded interview. This wasn't going to be used for anything. So I didn't need to bullshit, and I didn't need to blow smoke up anyone's ass.
Exactly.
Was really trying to be genuinely honest.
In which I thought it was even harder for you because of that. So she texts me. She's like, what are my hobbies?
I said, what are my hobbies? You said, laugh my ass off. I'm thinking... And you said, self-care. You love your at-home spa routine. You love saunaing, cold plunge, your typical girly things. You love walking and spending time with your dog, Dennis, which is true.
Yeah.
We went for a very long walk this morning.
Yeah.
You like visiting Alaska, your second home. And you like Friday night date nights with your husband and trying new restaurants.
It sounds so funny listening to it because I'm trying to like give her exact answers
of what I should say.
Yeah.
And then it just made me think like, I don't have hobbies. And then like this morning, I've been like so OCD.
No. Before you even go. Okay. So, she finishes everything. She says all this and I'm actually getting ready to go to practice. This was yesterday. I'm getting ready to leave and she just, I can tell she's just kind of defeated and she's like, she looks at me and she's like, am I a loser? Because I don't have hobbies. And I'm like, as opposed to what? So what am I supposed to say? This motherfucker asked me, hey, what are your hobbies? You don't think I feel like a loser when I say, I really like playing video games and collecting sports cards. It's like, I sound like a fucking loser.
Who's more of a loser, me who has zero hobbies other than working, or you who plays Xbox and opens sports cards all day?
Yeah, the nerds. I was like, babe, no, you're not a loser.
Not a loser. Well, thank you. But it did make me like panic. I've been like sulking for days because I'm like, I don't have any fucking hobbies. Like I do. Like I wake up and I work. And you know what? It did make me think. I was like trying to convince myself. I'm like, okay, people who have hobbies are people who go work from 9 to 5 and they get off work and they need to do something fun.
Yes.
I do my fun stuff.
Yeah.
I work on my laptop. I do OnlyFans. I love being sexy.
Yeah.
I like working on our podcast.
Yeah.
I do like sauna and cold plunge and
you do again
hot tub. I love going to the gym.
Yes.
Like I've gotten super into like lifting, but when I was like, oh, my hobbies are at the gym and working, and he's like, anything else?
You know what? It just occurred to me. So then this morning she's on her laptop because she always gets up and
that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, she does work on her she does work on her laptop every morning. She, of course, I'm sure a lot of listeners on here also follow the OnlyFans page and all this. But Paige is a very dedicated and a super hard worker. And she, to the point, like to a fault where I'm like, babe, you need to just cut the crap for a little bit and just disconnect and
get off
all
my
this
phone.
So anyway, she's doing her morning routine and I see that she's like looking for something. I see like paddle boarding and at different locations in Florida. I'm like, what are you looking up? And she's like, oh, I'm looking up for a place for me to go paddle boarding. I'm like, oh, a place for you to go paddle boarding. And now it occurred that now it makes sense. I don't have
hobbies. I'm trying to find a fucking hobby.
You were trying to find a hobby, trying to figure out. So
I'm trying to not be a loser.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Which I do love. One of our first dates was paddleboarding.
Yeah, no,
and I love paddleboarding. And my paddleboards are at our house in Oregon.
Yeah,
but,
you should go paddleboard in the little canal right over here.
Well, that's my problem. All of the water in Florida has fucking alligators in it.
Yeah.
I was out for a walk. If you were on my Instagram, I was out for a walk yesterday or the day before yesterday. I don't know. I take Dennis on a walk every day. So
no, this was last week sometime. Yeah.
Anyways, they all merged together. Yeah. But I'm out walking and I'm like, playing on my phone, talking to Dennis. You know what's in the water right behind our house? We have like a river and a canal that goes behind our house. Alligator. Yeah. Probably like 6 feet. 6 feet.
Yeah,
Huge.
it was a good size alligator.
Huge gator. So then I have to like pick Dennis up and we have to go look at it.
Yeah.
Then I pushed him in a stroller the rest of the way home.
Yeah, and so we walked that little trail, and obviously we see the canal all the time.
Yeah.
We walk about every day, and our family had been here. I mean, it was like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And I've got a little nephew. Paxton's like 5. Yeah. And anyways, he's your typical boy, and of course he loves getting new things and toys, action figures, stuff like that, and so he's got this really raspy little voice, and he's like, "Hey, Uncle Austin, can you get me a toy later?" And going on, but my stipulations are always.
I know what you're getting at.
Yeah, my stipulations are, I'll definitely get you something, but you have to do something. You got to do something to entertain me. Whether it's he's 5, he's a child.
You get him to do some crazy stuff. You need to eat this, and like you want him to eat a bug, and you'll get him a toy.
Yeah, eat this bug, and I'll get you something, or even like. Go and you have to completely dunk your head in the cold plunge, and the cold plunge is 39 degrees. So for a kid, that's like crazy and stuff. Well, when they were here, I was like, okay, buddy, if you swim across that canal, I'll get you. I'll go get you a toy.
And then I had to be like, Austin, no. Yeah. First off, no, Paxton, you're not swimming across that. Yeah. I will get you a toy. By yourself.
And we hadn't seen alligator. I didn't think there would be alligator. I mean, I have always heard like any body of water in Florida.
The statistic in Florida is like any body of water, you have to assume there's an alligator in it. Yeah.
But this canal is like 20 feet across or whatever. So I was like, he could swim across it pretty easy. And, you could almost like see the bottom. And so.
Yeah, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, good thing that I didn't get him.
Good thing you didn't just toss him in there.
Oh, man. Yeah, because that is something I would do.
Probably. But yes, there's alligators on our walk.
I was like, how the hell did we get here? And I was like, oh yeah, your hobbies.
Oh yeah, my hobbies include walking Dennis. I work.
Yeah.
So then I was trying to think of new hobbies. I do like going to the beach, but it's like you just lay there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people. Yeah. That's the difference between, like, we had talked about kind of the differences between the East Coast and the West Coast and what we like better.
Yeah.
The nice thing about, we have a beach house in Oregon. You go to the beach, you won't see a single other person.
Yeah.
Like, it's so secluded, middle of nowhere. We'll go, like, hiking, and you can hike on the beach, and you're, like, looking over cliffs into the ocean. And I just feel like the scenery is a little bit more pretty.
Yeah.
Although you don't have the weather that we have here, like the gorgeous weather.
Yeah, and the water, you can't swim in it like you can
here.
You
can't swim in the water either.
Yeah, so
but you get to appreciate the view.
Yeah, the Oregon beach. Yes, it's gorgeous. Yes. and it's fun. It's actually, to me, it's more fun when there's like a crazy storm and the waves are big, the surf is crazy. Yeah. I enjoy that, but yeah, I mean, other than that, it's pretty. I think there's more stuff to do on the beaches here.
Do not shit on the Oregon coast.
I'm not
that is where
all.
we got married.
Yes, and it is very beautiful. But as far as like things to do, I think there's probably a little more to do on the beaches here.
Okay, but there's not more to do with the environment, like going hiking.
Yes,
like I used to go hiking like every weekend. Yeah. That was another one of our first dates where we went hiking.
Yeah,
we went to Multnomah Falls and hiked the waterfalls. Oh, Dennis.
You know what? Maybe you know what we need to do?
What?
Maybe we need to get you a gaming system set up, and then we can play Call of Duty together.
No, I tried to play Call of Duty. I tried.
It's hard.
No, it's not hard. It's not fun.
Hey, it is hard.
It's not hard.
It is hard. There are these
and then you have these
12-year-old kids,
these
8-year-old kids
talking about banging your mom and like yelling in your ear. I can't do that. Like, I'm like, that's okay. And then I want to be like, you freaking losers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a second. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, we were playing, really short story. We were playing this game. We were playing Search and Destroy for those who are Call of Duty. And I don't really play a whole lot of multiplayer, but we were playing Search and Destroy, and I think we had 5, and if you guys know, it's 6 for a full squad. So we had gotten one random, and we had gotten this 13-year-old kid named Bo, and Bo was
if you're listening,
yeah, Bo, if you listen, Bo was a comedian, and he didn't even know it, but he's like he definitely had been playing the game a lot. Okay. You know, he's talking and whatever, and so we're interacting. We're like, Bo, dude, yo, Bo, how old are you? And I didn't say this. One of my other buddies is like, Bo, are you a virgin? And he's like,
oh my word.
He's like, I don't know, what's a virgin? And like going, so anyways, but we're calling him by his first name. He's like, bro, do I know you guys? Have I ever played with you before? How do you guys know my name? And it was like, dude, Bo, your name is your screen name is what you chose, and it says Bo, so we're assuming your name's Bo. He couldn't fathom how we knew his name. And anyways, yeah, but yes, lots of kids.
Hilarious. Have you seen, there's a guy on like Instagram or a streamer who uses a little kid voice over like a voice tuner.
Oh gosh.
So it changes his voice.
Yeah.
So you think you're getting just murdered by this 8-year-old or 5-year-old, but it's actually a grown adult.
Jeez. I mean, that seems predatory and creepy. A 40-year-old man posing as a child. That doesn't seem right.
On Call of Duty. But
something about that does not seem right. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, at least we've established you have a very normal hobby. Super. It doesn't make you nerdy at all.
Fighting's also my hobby too. I love
That's
fighting,
true.
So
yeah.
So it kind of cancels.
Cancels that out.
But yeah, I guess I am just a giant nerd.
I was listening to our podcast, our last episode this morning. Yeah. And I do have an apology.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I wasn't as nice to you as I should have been when you got your when you paid off your student debt loans.
I'm glad you think that, because I did not feel like I got the celebratory credit I deserved.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, thank you.
You paid off your student debt.
Yes, I did. Yeah,
10 years later, but that's all right.
Yeah, but
I will not get any more student debt letters, right?
No, you will not. Yeah, genuinely, you will not get any more. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so.
Love it.
Student debt free.
Student debt free.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Also, we have a photo shoot on Saturday, and you're coming.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, just let you know what your Saturday is going to be like.
Oh, boy.
And it will be sexy.
Yeah, I see you got sweatshirts made and
I did.
Clothing made of.
This is not to like sell or anything. Well, I mean, I guess you can buy it on shoppvz.com. But I actually just made them because. Do you want to hold Dennis?
Yeah.
He's sleeping though. Yeah, he's really cute. Sorry, Dennis.
Yeah. So show that
it's
off.
Me and it's you, and we're really sexy. I was a kitty, and I said meow. So this is how it works. So you are trying to be a really good husband and support me. So you'll come to my photo shoots. You'll help drive, make sure I'm fed. Just be there as like a support system. Yeah. And then unbeknownst to you, I always pack you outfits to wear. And
gets me into these photo
and then
shoots.
My photographer and videographer, they're from Ukraine. And not English definitely is. There's like a language barrier. Yeah. And sometimes I think they don't know that you don't know you're not. They don't know that you're in the, like, they don't know that you don't know Okay, anyways, they think you for sure know you're in the pictures, you're modeling.
Ah, yes.
They're under the assumption it's a photo shoot for the two of us.
Yeah.
When it's like you have no idea.
I have no clue.
So they're just like placing you in these positions, and the girl's like showing me. The girl's showing me how to like model on you, and I'm just like in the back giggling because you had no idea that you were gonna be in the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, they just think it's a shoot for both of us. And then I'm like just laughing because next thing you know, you're in a little cheat outfit, and I'm like prowling on you on a tree.
She knows how mad I am too. She knows I hate it.
They just look you in the eyes with like my sweet little puppy dog eyes, and I promise you a case of cards later.
She knows I hate it, and then but she still gets me into it, and
yes,
and then she posted on Instagram, and then she knows that
and then you get made fun of by our gym owner.
Yeah, Dan and Richie make fun of me, and she knows I hate it even more.
But go take a look in your office and count how many cards you have, and then tell me if you're actually mad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, are we going to talk about the Super Bowl before we leave?
Yes, we are. Yeah, so
this is you because
we'll get it. Let's get into that for a second. So, as we're filming right now, it's Wednesday. The Super Bowl is on Sunday. We got the Chiefs and the Niners.
Yep.
Unfortunately, when the episode airs next Wednesday,
it'll be after the Super Bowl.
But let's give our predictions. Chiefs or Niners?
Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
The Chiefs are going to win because the Super Bowl is fixed.
Okay, and so I will go next, and I don't think that there's an actual narrative like people keep saying.
Like
I have the script.
I have the script.
No, I don't believe that. But what I do believe is that if of course, if I get your blessings,
yes,
I want to take $50,000 and put it on the Chiefs.
Not a fucking chance.
Because I'm that certain that the Chiefs are gonna win, and it has a little to do with I think that obviously Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, they've been there. Andy Reid's a Hall of Fame coach. Travis Kelce's a Hall of Fame player. Their defense is playing really well. They've been there, they've done that. I think they have that edge over the Niners. So they have that working. The other thing they have working is it would benefit the NFL a lot more if the Chiefs were to win. And it would actually, not to get into political stuff, but it would benefit some other things too. If Taylor Swift
I would
and
like
the Chiefs.
to keep politics out of our podcast, which I'm sure is surprising to you because I actually follow politics.
Yes.
I follow politics pretty much every day. I try to stay up to date with current events and what's going on both sides.
Yeah.
So I just think that there's too much for the world to gain by there's too much other things feeding into the Super Bowl that are a factor.
How crazy is it though, without even really like, I wasn't even being conscious about it, but like thinking back at it, I just said it would be beneficial for Taylor Swift and the Chiefs to win. And it sucks that we're like,
right? That's what I'm saying. My biggest thing is that it's like, I just wish that football could be football.
Yeah.
Why does politics have to be involved in literally everything nowadays?
Yeah, but that's, I mean, it
so
is.
This is the reason too why I don't want to speak on politics, because I believe that, and it's not, I believe in freedom of speech. So I don't believe celebrities, if they're an advocate or if they believe in something, that they shouldn't use their voice or their platform. That's not what I'm saying. But I just think the general public should not vote or make their political opinions based on what a celebrity says. I believe they should do their own research and try to figure out what political party or what politician or what law or blah blah blah, what would genuinely affect your life in a positive way, and like do the research and vote on that, like that way.
Which, yes, of course, in theory that
that's
is what that should be, but what makes these celebrities and athletes so popular is that people look up to them, and it's like if you have somebody that love or think highly of or respect, he's your favorite player or whatever, you're gonna typically gravitate more towards their beliefs and and that's just the unfortunately.
And I just hate that it's like money just drives our world so much to a point where it's like you could go on I just feel like there's financial benefits to everything.
Yeah.
So like say you even go on Google and I Google, all right, does coffee make you blind?
Yeah.
You'll find 100 articles of why coffee is bad for you and it will make you blind.
Yeah.
Then if you Google, does coffee improve eyesight? It'll say 100% yes, coffee improves eyesight, and you'll find 100 articles as to why it does. And it's like every research, like clinical research study, is backed by some sort of financial gain, and there's just like this world is just there's just too much for big corporations to gain by proved blah blah blah. I don't know. I just don't believe anything anymore.
Yeah. So anyways, this episode will air. We will know who the Super Bowl winner is next Wednesday.
Yes.
We're both in agreement that the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Now, I will go on to say that for me, financially, it would benefit...
it would benefit you financially.
Yeah. If the 49ers won, because I have a lot of Brock Purdy rookie cards and stuff, and for him to be a Super Bowl champion right now.
I want the 49ers to win because...
Not only that, though, Christian McCaffrey is a friend, and
we love Christian McCaffrey. I really like Brock Purdy. Like
I
love everything he stands for, and I guess I'm a fan of him because of what he stands for. So
yeah, exactly.
There you go.
So and I'm a diehard Jaguar fan.
You are.
So but I try not to be necessarily.
Dennis has his Jaguar jersey
I try not
on.
to be a hater because as an athlete, I get like all that. So I'm a fan of a lot of like players and stuff like that. And I'm a fan of Patrick Mahomes as an athlete, and I genuinely think he's probably gonna go down as probably the greatest quarterback. Honestly, I mean, even despite what Tom Brady accomplished, I think Patrick Mahomes is capable athletically of doing more than what even Tom Brady ever could do. Tom Brady's got the rings
by
and
the
stuff.
time his legacy's over.
Yeah.
How old is he?
28, I believe.
So extremely young.
Yes.
So he's got a lot of time.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time. I think I think Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback that we've ever watched. So I am a fan of him, and there's a bunch of other Chiefs players I like. But I want the 49ers to win, but I don't think it'll happen. I think
we shall see.
We will see. So at this time, we do not know the winner, but as this episode comes out next Wednesday, we will know.
We will know. So pretty exciting.
Yeah. Juan, where are we at? 53. Okay.
53. Holy cow. I feel like we've been all over the place with this.
This episode has been,
we've been talking about Drake's penis, fight stuff, OnlyFans.
Why do you keep bringing up Drake's penis?
You started it.
Yeah, I know. Gosh.
You started the conversation with that.
Idiot. Yeah.
I feel like, so I wrote down a few other things that I wanted us to talk about, which we can close this pretty soon.
Yeah.
You did say that you wanted to talk about smells that you hate, but I don't know if that's too much of a conversation switch.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into smells that we hate next episode.
So next episode,
I've got a few, but we'll get in next.
You got a few smells that you hate
that I just can't stand.
I hate that we're talking about Drake's penis and smells.
Yeah. Actually, maybe let's get some fans to write in smells that you absolutely hate.
Good idea.
And we'll go on because I have some unique ones that are people will probably be like, huh.
I feel like all the responses to this are going to be really inappropriate.
I'm sure. But smells that you hate, write in to
A Kickass Love Story at gmail.com.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Why don't you close for us? Do you remember how?
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been a really great episode. My co-host, me, the host, Austin. Please like, subscribe, share our YouTube, A Kickass Love Story, and anywhere that you listen to your podcast.
All right,
Spotify, OnlyFans TV.
We're on OnlyFans TV, YouTube, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Apple, anywhere you get your podcasts. Subscribe to A Kickass Love Story.
Yeah, and this has been fun.
This is Paige Van Zant.
Austin Vanderford.
Dennis Vanderford.
Yeah. All right, we're out.
We're out.